Hi folks, a big warm welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this video. I'm Vic Noble. I am the founder of our Coach's Corner service here at Forex Mentor. That was back in 2006, actually, when it started. So yeah, it's getting older by the day, and so am I. We'll cover a few things in this video, including price action trading, which is our entire approach to trading, and also very importantly, a change that's happening to our service that is important to know about, and that should be very beneficial to all of our subscribers, along with our approach to trading. I'll also be talking about what you can expect with our service. I always think it's important that, when you get into something, you have an idea of what to expect, and it just helps things immensely in my view. And a host of other things. My Coach's Corner partner and lead coach Darko Ali will also be sharing some information with you that you'll want to hear. Darko is an absolute expert at reading the price action that sets up profitable trading opportunities. He's been doing it over and over for a long time now, so you'll be hearing from him shortly. But before we get going, I need to pop up our disclaimer, which we always do. It's very important, and I'm just going to read it out here. The products referenced at this site are analytical tools only and are not intended to replace individual research or licensed investment advice. Unique experiences and past performances do not guarantee future results. Trading currencies involves substantial risk. There's always the potential for loss. Your trading results may vary. I always like to say your trading results will vary, because no two traders ever get the exact same results. No representation is being made that these products and any associated advice or training will guarantee profits or not result in losses from trading. Never, never, never use anything other than risk capital for trading. Here is a picture of Darko and I. He obviously is the very handsome man on the left, and that's what we look like, okay? We encourage you to catch us on social media. We have a few places. Facebook, we're on there. You can go to that site right there. On YouTube, we have all sorts of videos on price action reading. All of our videos are about price action, so lots of information there on that. Encourage you to look at those. There's our Twitter channel there. The podcast, got to mention the podcast. Most of our podcasts have been done by Darko. I've done a couple, but most of them have been his. And I tell you, if you want some encouragement and to see what can happen, Darko's development as a trader is talked about in these podcasts, and it's very, very interesting, very compelling. If you think you've had hard times in trading, you should see what he went through. But look where he is now. He's just such a good trader. And there's LinkedIn. That's Darko's LinkedIn. He has lots of connections in LinkedIn, so you're certainly welcome to join there. This video is about trading pure price action. Okay, so what does that mean? That means trading price action only. Okay, without the use of any indicators. Price is all you need. Okay, you don't need indicators to trade. Price is instant. There's no lag, as there is with indicators. And by carefully observing wave action, candlestick formations, support resistance levels, which we also call significant necklines, we can figure out with very good reliability what the underlying trends are and where we can expect reactions. And Darko shows trade setups in his pre-market analysis videos, what we call PMA videos, in advance, not after the fact when it's useless. And I think, this is one of the unique features of this service. You'll hear Darko say time and time again how much he hates hindsight trading. Okay, I mean, anybody can tell you what happened yesterday, right? Okay, there's no skill in that. So just to be clear, when we talk about pure price action trading, we mean trading price action only. Okay, just without the use of any indicators. And this approach to trading can be used for any style of trading you want, from micro scalping right on up to position trading. Okay. Now, as most of you know, Darko has been strictly longer-term trading, swing trading and position trading since November of 2020, and the benefits from this approach have been beyond what he expected. And I want to get right into the reasons for this change and why it is definitely worthy of your consideration. So first of all, the best feature of a longer-term approach is that it works for absolutely anyone. I mean, just think about it. You can have a job and still trade because there is lots and lots of time to put orders in, like days, even weeks in the case of a position trade. Okay, so not so with short-term trading. And by the way, this isn't a put down on short-term trading at all. I'll talk about short-term trading shortly. But, you know, it is a reality check that you should consider because short-term trading obviously requires daily time at your computer, which can be difficult if you have a job or you live in a time zone that doesn't work so well, or maybe a family life that precludes you from being able to be at your computer much. Now, I want to, I'm going to give a bit of a shout out to Darko right now because I want you to understand who you're dealing with. I think it's important to know the kind of character of a person that you're putting your trust in. If you were around when Darko joined the Coach's Corner service in November 2017, you might recall that he was producing up to 3 pre-market analysis PMA videos per day. Then we got it down to just 1 PMA per day before the fall of 2020, and that's every single day, every day. And over all of this time, you know how many days he missed providing a PMA? 0. That's the kind of dedication he puts into this. And you're just going to have to trust me on this. But I can tell you that it is literally impossible to keep up that pace. Producing a PMA takes hours. Okay, and I'm not exaggerating. I know exactly what it takes to do it because I've done it. It takes hours, and together with his full-time job as a police officer and family life, everything else, it was becoming stressful and taking a toll on Darko and his ability and frankly his right to have a life. Okay, it became very obvious that things had to change. So in November 2020, not only did it change, but it became a huge blessing in disguise, and let me tell you why. What Darko did was use the very same methodology, okay, that he was using for day trading to take longer term trades, i.e. swing trades and position trades. And if you have any idea at all of the kinds of results that he's had for, I don't know, about 1.5 years now, and that's just for the long-term trading, his results have been off the map. I can tell you that Darko wishes that he never did anything but trade longer term. Well, most importantly, Darko's stress level went way down and his profitable results went way up. Actually, he has had his best results ever since trading longer term. And folks, the one thing we don't get back in our lives is time. So when you can free up more time for your personal life and get your best results ever, I mean, gee, that's a total win-win for everyone. Here's the thing. Long-term trading is the easiest way to learn. And this is the biggest reason why you might want to consider learning to trade longer term first, even if you want to be a short-term trader. And I'll talk about short-term trading in just a minute, as I've said. But listen to this carefully. If you truly understand that when you're learning that it is not at all about the money, but rather about learning the process, then learning to trade a longer-term approach is just a complete no-brainer. And just so you know that I am not just making this up, I'm going to show you a couple of emails here from students who have done this. This is an email from one of our subscribers. I'll just read it out so you can see what he had to say. Hi Vic, thanks. Thank you for another great vid. To answer your question, I have been with the Coach's Corner service for just over 2 months. The first 2 months I was in the scalping service and switched to the longer term almost a week ago. I could go on forever about what a tremendous difference it's made in my trading, but I wanted to share why I switched to longer term. First and foremost is accuracy. It is crazy how well this system works on any trading time frame, but I'm constantly amazed at the level of precision on the higher time frames. Second, I really enjoy trading and I went through scalping, quote unquote, for the action. The fact is I simply trade more pairs now, so the number of trades I'm in and out of hasn't changed that much. I am enjoying winning more trades than losing and winning way more than I lose when I do. I cannot more highly recommend this service for any level of trader. This is the most honest and real service around. So pretty nice to hear stuff like that. This is from another member. once again, corroborating what I'm saying about learning to trade longer term first, even if you want to eventually be a day trader. So here's what this person said. I just finished watching the YouTube video on deciding between short-term and long-term trader, being a short-term or long-term trader. It's a video that I did a while back on YouTube. Mastering long-term trading before starting short-term trading is definitely the way to go. If anyone is having trouble with scalping and they haven't gone through Darko's long-term approach, I highly recommend doing that. It helped me a lot. So here's the big question. Is short-term trading dead? Well, absolutely not. Here's what you need to understand. Once you learn to process the easiest way, which is with higher time frame, longer term trade setups, because it gives you so much more time to see what's going on, you can then apply the same approach to virtually any trading style you like, including short-term trading. And your trading success will almost certainly be better from having the long-term trading foundation. Short-term trading has a lot of big benefits as well. In and out the same day, less time in the market, so your capital isn't tied up as long. High reward risk trades are possible in a very short period of time, so account growth can happen very quickly. And it can be suitable for those that only have a small trading account. Although even with a small trading account, you can still trade longer term setups and not overexpose your risk. I'll talk about that later. However, here is the big but, okay? Short-term trading is a sure way to lose your account very quickly if you don't have a firm grasp on the process. Here we go, that old process again, right? You have to have that process in the first place. And again, you need to have the time available, to trade short-term, and you need to be in a time zone that works for you and your lifestyle. So now I have some great news that we're really happy to share with everybody. Up until now, our Coach's Corner service has had two member pages, like two services, one for our longer term traders run by Darko, and the other for our shorter term traders, which has been run by me. However, going forward, the CC format will be changing, effective immediately, to just one member site. And this is simply because of the fact that the approach is identical, no matter what your preferred trading style. This is going to be a huge advantage for our members because all traders will now have access to all resources at one site, and included in those resources will be Darko's PMA videos, his pre-market analysis videos. And folks, these PMAs are absolute golden, and in my humble opinion, they are your ticket to consistently profitable trading because each PMA is a new lesson in price action reading. You get the benefit of constant repetition. And of course, you can take the price action reading that Darko shows and adapt it to whatever trading style you prefer. The one thing that will not be merged are the chat rooms. We have one for our longer term traders and one for our shorter term traders. It's just that it could be very distracting having the short term and long term chat rooms merged, so we won't be doing that. These chat rooms are for internal use by the members. They're not necessarily monitored by Darko or myself. However, we will always be available by email, and we will, of course, check the chat room from time to time. So you're not going to be left alone. Don't ever feel like you're left without help. That's the last thing we want. If you have a question, ask. Be sure to ask, okay? Email us, post it in the chat room, whatever you like. And now I want to bring Darko in here, and he's going to talk about what he will be providing along with a bit of information about his trading, etc.
Yeah, thanks, Vic. Hi everyone, Darko here. I'm the lead coach for our service. I've been a lead coach since November 2017. What I'm doing for the long-term service is that I'm providing 2 PMAs each week. And there are times when I'm actually recording more than 2 PMAs. So the PMAs are usually on Mondays and Thursdays. It could be, the days could be changing, and I'm alerting the members in our chat room. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going through all the charts in the background first, and then when I'm recording the PMA, I'm showing you what's on my radar, why they are on my radar, and if the market is quiet, I'm making the Thursday's PMA, or at least the next coming PMA, educational PMA, when I'm like more informative, showing you anything trading related and share my thinking process. Okay. So I use the yearly chart as my bigger picture, okay, and that's only for the bigger picture to build my bias. I'm not trading from any yearly levels. And then I scale down to the monthly and weekly to see about the trend and, you know, support and resistance, all the goody stuff. And then my entry time frame is the daily or the 4 hour. Okay. And then if there are any questions, obviously those will be sent into to Vic. And if there's more complicated question that I need to answer, I just answer those in my next coming PMA. Okay. And the chat room is available for internal use by the members. The long-term approach, oh geez, you know, I wish I started long-term trading basically from day one. It would have saved me so much, you know, stress and all the headache about being at the office or in front of your charts for so many hours each day. So it really helped me to have more time doing other things. And I always had the misconception about long-term trading that I will have less, you know, I will be earning less or having less trade or anything. I couldn't be more wrong about that. Okay, the results has been better than ever, and I'm also catching the meat of the market. Like if you go to the daily chart and you see like a huge move, like the daily candles has been just going up or down depending if you're long or short for like weeks. Let me ask you this: how many times have you catch the meat of the market on daily chart? You know, maybe never, or very few times. So by doing this, it's just like I make much more, you know, risk reward wise, and just, you know, I could spend hours to actually talk about the benefits with long-term trading. But you know, the big relief is actually sorry about that, is actually the big stress relief. Okay, so, and that's very important, because most of us has, like, you know, all the years I've been trading, people are just, yeah, you know, Darko, you guys are like micromanaging trades. I need to be in front of my chart. I don't have time to trade. You know, all the excuses. So my question to you is, what's your excuse now? Because there are no excuses. You need to spend very few hours at your office, and obviously once you become a stage 4 trader, you basically need a couple of minutes on each pair you are trading, and then, you know, put these orders in and leave it alone. Even if it's a hands-on trade management, it doesn't mean you need to be at your computer all the time. Hands-on trade management means that you might be watching your charts every 4 hours or every 8 hours, twice a day. Okay, so that's a big relief. Okay, so as you all know, I've been sharing trades in advance, obviously, since November 2017, and I've been doing this long term since November 2020, and I'm not holding anything back. I'm showing you the trades in advance. This is not an alert service. Be aware of that. So the reason why I'm showing you stuff in advance is because sharing my thinking process. This is how I see it. These are the reasons why I will be taking this trade. And then obviously once we get filled, I shift from showing pending orders into trade management. You know, this is your TP1, TP2, and you know, and I'm always giving you like two options. Option number 1, you do this and that. Option number 2, you do this and that, because how you trade manage, the trade management part of it is very personal. It's different from person to person. I will give you guidelines how to do things properly, and everything that I'm saying and Vic is saying, there is lots of contents on the website for you to go through and, you know, understand what is in the PMAs. The PMAs are only repetition on what I'm teaching on the website. Okay, that's a great way for you to get up to speed very quickly, and by understanding the contents on the website, then the PMAs will be like, you know, a drill on what we are doing. And obviously I haven't changed anything back and forth. You know, it's just I'm doing the same thing, you know, year in and year out. You know, the advanced market flow, the language of the market that I showed everyone, the first lesson, the first class I held in November 2017. I'm referring to the same video. The same advanced market flow from 2017 is what I practice every single day 5 years later, and I will do that for the rest of my life. So yeah. Obviously, without you guys and girls, I wouldn't be here. So if you put faith and trust in what I'm doing, I will do my absolute best to give you a top-notch service and giving you my all. I haven't missed any PMA since November 2017. I'm dedicated to help you guys and girls to fulfill your dreams to become a professional trader. So hopefully you find this webinar useful, and my hope is obviously that you join our community and invest time and money in your education. And this is a long-term commitment, so that means you have to commit long-term, and the rewards will be out of your imagination. It's just like or beyond your imagination, because once you put down the work and actually learn something that is actually working in the real market, I'm sure that you have been around for other services. Let this be your last service, okay? And you will not find any more trading coach that is actually willing to help you along your journey. So with that said, thank you so much for listening, and I hopefully I will see you in class. And over to Vic.
Well, thank you so much, Darko. We all very much appreciate the contributions that you've made to this service and the unique direction that you've taken it. And by the way, during Darko's talk, you'll notice that it said he had been showing trades in advance since November 2020. It's actually been since he joined in November of 2017. So he has a very long track record of showing trade setups to our members ahead of time and not after the fact. So thanks again, Darko. Something I need to talk about now is the issue of long-term trading with a small account size. Obviously, when you're trading a long-term setup, the initial pip risk is going to be much bigger than with short-term trading. But, of course, we also have the potential for much bigger pip rewards with long-term trading. But, one concern that you may have is that your account size is too small, considering that we recommend only risking 0.5% of your account on any one trade. So, with bigger pip risk initial stops, you have to either risk more of your account, which is not ideal, or not take a trade setup. But we have a solution to that, and rest assured that there is a way around this issue, and I have a complete tutorial on this at our members site. So all I'm saying is don't let the bigger pip risk stops be a factor, because as I say, I can show you alternative ways to trade these longer term setups with a smaller account size. Now we get to expectations. And expectations are huge. Okay, this is why so many traders fail. Their expectations don't match the realities and truth about trading. Their focus is flawed. It's all on the money, and they miss the process, so they lack the patience and they get fed up with it, and then they quit, which is pretty sad and just so unnecessary. It would be very easy for Darko and I to sit here and tell you, how much money you can make and all these pips and get you all excited about raking in the dough. That, folks, would be a big disservice to you and a complete lack of honesty. You need to be mentally prepared for what it takes to make it in this business, and it's our obligation and duty to tell you the truth about it. That way, you will be psychologically ready, and then you will be given the very best chance at becoming a stage 4 consistently profitable trader, and that's the goal. So, the big drum roll here, the big question, how long will it take for you to get to the beginning stages of a stage 4 consistently profitable trader? Let's talk about that next. Well, the short answer to this question is that there is no exact answer as to how long it's going to take you to achieve stage 4 trader status. It's really going to boil down to a few things, and I'm sure I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But learning to trade profitably is no different than becoming good at anything. Right? Things like desire, attitude, determination, commitment to learning, etc., etc. But listen, I can give you a rough guideline that should be very realistic. And again, this is going to vary from one trader to the next, but at least it'll give you a bit of an idea. And sure, listen, it's like anything. The hardest work will always be at the beginning, but once learned, these trading skills will last you a lifetime. So let's take a look. For the first 3 months, you should be using this time to really get familiar with the basics and the video tutorials on the site, ask questions about things that you're unsure of, and you can be listening to Darko's PMAs and just getting a feel for the repetition of price action analysis, okay? In the next 3 to 6 months, you should be listening to the PMAs all the time. There are usually only 2 a week, so it's not a big deal. And at this point, you might want to try some demo trading. Okay, track your performance. Let us know about any questions that you might have, any struggles and that kind of thing. Just as an example, I'll just give you a little testimonial from a member, and you can see what his experience has been here. He says, "Hi friends, I just wanted to throw out a note of encouragement for some of the newer members. I have been a member for 3 months now, and I spend several hours every day going over the training material and reading price. Every week it gets easier. I'm at a point now, things are just jumping out at me instead of me looking for them. I'm a net positive trader already, and I know I'm just getting started. Don't get discouraged. It takes time, but once it clicks, it's like getting that second win for you runners." So that's just so you know. I mean, this is what is very typical. Now, for the next 3 months, months 6 to 9, you should be starting to feel pretty comfortable with everything. Confidence is growing, and you have seen lots of trades by now. So you could start some live trading, maybe just small lot sizes like micro lots, because it's extremely important during this period, and always of course, that you preserve your capital. Better to undertrade your account at first, okay? And again, just to illustrate how valuable Darko's PMAs are, here's another comment by one of the members here. He says, "The PMAs are golden. I've watched all the video lessons, and now I don't miss a PMA. I'm enjoying learning and gaining confidence. Thanks, Darko." Okay? So moving on here, the next 3 months, this is now, we're getting very close to the stage 4, and this is between 9 months and a year in. You should be starting to see consistent profitability overall, a reduction in trading errors, impeccable account management and trade management. That's so important. And price action reading is very routine for you. You can basically speak the language of the markets. You've proven that you can be patient, and your confidence level is very firm. It's very high. So the foregoing should give you a reasonable idea of what you can expect in terms of reaching stage 4 trader status. Like I say, it could be quicker than this, but it's not a race. Like, do it on your own pace. You can do it. Others have done it before you, and we'd be just honored to help you get there. And once again, here's another member letting us know of his results, and you can see that he really got going quickly. But listen, don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. You just work away at your own pace. This person says, "For motivational purpose, I started 8 weeks ago. First 3 weeks demo account, then live account. So far, winning almost every week. Best week, plus 9.1%. Worst week, down 0.7%. The key has always been risk/position management. I have 7 years trading experience." So you can see this guy's not a newbie. He's been around, so probably why he got going so much more quickly. "So please be patient and learn the strategy. Special thanks to Darko for his hard work and Trading University. Everything is possible." So you may be looking for some help with your trading and a mentor, and hopefully you'll consider us. However, it's important that you are a good fit for us. And that's what makes it a win-win situation. Like, it's one thing to say, "Hey, yeah, I want to become a great trader and make all this money." But then we both find out that you're not really as serious about it as, maybe you should be. So here's what makes an ideal student. This is a student who will get the very most out of our service and who just really has an excellent chance of becoming a stage 4 trader. So first, you understand that it takes time. Okay, you're not naive about this. And secondly, you're not looking for some get-rich-quick scheme. You understand the fake promises of making hundreds of pips every week right off the bat. Well, I won't even go there. Third, you're willing to commit the time necessary to learn the process behind our profitable approach. Maybe you've tried all sorts of other systems and you're just tired of jumping around looking for the Holy Grail. You know, let this be your last stop. Okay, so if any of this sounds like you, you're in for a great ride and a feeling of true power, knowing that you have the ability to read the market like a pro and take from it on a very consistent basis. As an example of someone with the right attitude, here's what one of our members of our service had to say, and I've greatly shortened his original email that he sent to us, but I just want you to know that this trader is very typical when they come to us, in that he went through his hardships in trading and in other areas of his life. In fact, he found us through Darko's podcast episode number 18, and I said at the beginning, make sure you go listen to those podcasts. They're really good. And episode 18, Darko talked about adversity, and a really important one. So here's what this person had to say. My goal is to become a stage 4 trader and learn everything I can from you, and my dream is to trade Forex full-time. In September, I'm going to start working part-time so I can dedicate the extra hours to your system because I don't have a plan B. I don't expect to understand all your concepts in 1 to 3 months, nor do I expect that I will be a millionaire in a week or a year. Just remember that part I talked about expectations earlier. This is perfect. I just love to hear this. This really is person's off to the right start. I know if I stick with you throughout my trading journey, I can expect to accomplish my goals and dreams. Thanks, Darko, for taking the time apart from your full-time job to teach us trading structure and life lessons so that we can also accomplish our dreams. I look forward to seeing how much I can learn and apply your methods independently in the future. Okay, I know this was a bit of a long video, and we really appreciate your indulgence, but we just felt that it was so important that you get the best information on what we do, what we provide, who we are, okay, and what we sound like, right? The next step is simply for you to decide if, we sound like the kind of people you would like to work with or not. We hope the answer is yes, but at the end of the day, all that matters is your own comfort level. Also, remember this trading approach works for any trading style, from micro scalping right on up to position trading. The process is always the same. We would be greatly honored to have the privilege to help you achieve your dream of profitable Forex trading by mentoring you and helping you become an independent trader in thinking. So yeah, let's get to it. We do have a very discounted pricing offer. We hope you'll take advantage of it because it is limited time. So let's take a look. Oh, and just before we go here, just show you one more. I got to show you this testimonial here. This is very kind. It was from a member named Sean in our longer term service. I really feel strongly about the quality of education we are getting here. The value is immeasurable. I had the pleasure of meeting Sean he lives in California, earlier this year in 2022. So that was awesome. Okay, let's have a look at the pricing. Okay, so here we are. If you go to the Forex Mentor website and go to the Coach's Corner, these are the current prices that you'll see on our site, okay? These are the monthly rates. Monthly rates you can see up here. This is, when it says swing trading, this is longer term trading. Over here is shorter term trading. CC Pro simply gives you access to both chat rooms, okay? So you may not want that. You may just want one or the other. It's $97 a month, or $147 for both. And I'll just go through the others and I'll just show you something else that we can do here for you. If you go, these are the monthly rates. If you go to the next slide here, you'll see these are our yearly rates. So it's $9.97 for the year for either service, or $13.97 for both. The webinar special that we have is not $9.97. It is $7.47. It's a huge discount. That's $62 a month. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. And listen, you know what? If you want to, I know that some people want to, try the service and see what it's like for the first month, and it's $97. If you did that, and before that month expired, you let us know that you wanted to stay on longer term at the discount rate here, we can do that. Just send an email to the back office, and they will apply that $97 towards this. So that's pretty sweet. I hope you find that appealing. We've just done everything we can to try to remove the price barrier for as many traders as we can, and so hopefully that works. If you have, and this is the rate, the link, pardon me, for that rate right here. Just type that into your browser, and you can get that rate. It's good till July the 1st. we're not running some scarcity mentality thing here. This gives you, like, I don't know, pretty much 2 weeks to decide if you want to do this or not. And if you don't know, well, then it's probably not for you. But hopefully it is, and gives you time to consider this. Like I say, we hope to have you with us. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask. Just send them to me, vicnoble@forexmentor.com. Or if it's more of a technical question, or maybe you subscribe and you have an issue, don't send it to me. Send it to info@forexmentor.com, because I don't have access to subscriptions or anything. I just have to forward your email on to them, and they look after it. Vic Young is the guy that looks after it, and he does a great job. You'll get a reply very quickly from him. So that's the best way to go. And I'll just, again, put this link back up here for you. And that's it. So that's the special rate. We would love to have you with us. Hopefully it's in the cards for you to join us. Thanks again so much for hanging in there with us. Take care.